Remind you, V is where they need to be. Abundance, abundance, abundance. Hope all is well. Royal risings, royal day, royal afternoon, whatever it is in your respective areas. I'm about to go share. We're gonna be brief as we can on the show, and we got multiple shows today, possibly. So we're gonna be as brief as possible on this BlackRock situation, and then we're gonna go to the next topics. You know what I'm saying? Gratitude. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe whenever you get here. Make sure you share and subscribe whenever you get here, and support and donate. All right, be back. All right, let's go. Let's get it. BlackRock is not a family. BlackRock is not a family. Rather, a multinational investment. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Multinational investment management corporation. So it's a corporation created by a family. But yeah, it is the world's largest asset manager, overseeing trillions of dollars in assets. This is the family. The company was founded, which is the family, in 1988 by Larry Fink. The company was founded. Gratitude for you coming through. Gratitude. Please share, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share, please subscribe if you haven't already. The company was founded in 1988 by Larry Fink. So that's the family, you know what I'm saying? Well, whoever his family is, along with several other partners. So it's not just one family. And has since grown into a dominant force in global finance. Who is Larry Fink, you might ask? Who is Larry Fink, you might ask? Larry Fink, parentheses, Lawrence Douglas Fink, in parentheses, is an American businessman and the co-founder, chairman, and CEO of BlackRock, the world's largest asset management firm. Born in 1952, he helped establish BlackRock in 1988. It ain't take long. Really didn't. It really didn't take long at all. Shit. I mean, he was probably a teenager or some shit. But okay, that's why you got to invest in the youth. But yeah, growing it into a financial giant that manages trillions of dollars in assets globally. This is how you build. You talking about some family legacy and some generational wealth and all that, man. But see, we got to come together and do that group economics, man. You see, it wasn't just him. He said, and other partners, right? And other partners. Y'all give me a second. Let's take a quick commercial break. Hold on. All right. All right. Key facts about Larry Fink. Background: he started his career in finance and at First Boston, where he was involved in mortgage-backed securities. BlackRock's growth under his leadership, BlackRock's growth. Under his leadership, BlackRock became a dominant force in global investing, influencing markets. So, take that for however you comprehend and process that, you know what I'm saying, influencing markets. So if they're managing trillions in assets, that means they can what? They can fluctuate the what? The stock market. They can fluctuate the fucking economy. You know what I'm saying? They can fluctuate a whole lot of shit. You see what I'm saying? This is a whole, you talking about power, son. When we talking about power, we talking about access, and we talking about family, not just generational. What we talking about? Family dominance. We talking about family dominance along with multiple other families, because you know what I'm saying, it says other partners. ESG advocacy think has pushed for influencing markets, corporations, and even governments. Influencing markets, corporations, and even governments. So who really running what? So there we go. Who's really influencing what? Yeah. ESG advocacy think has pushed for environmental, social, and governance. ESG investing, urging companies to focus on sustainability. Influence. Due to BlackRock's massive financial influence, Fink is one of the most powerful figures in global finance. In global finance. That means he financing everybody. Some did some of this, some of that. There were they, the family, him, they, them, those. Okay. BlackRock, the world's largest asset. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay. Manager has agreed to acquire significant port assets along the Panama Canal from Hong Kong based CK Hutchinson Holdings. The deal, valued at approximately $22.8 million, includes a 90% stake in the Panama Ports Company, which operates the Balboa, BALBOA, and Cristobal, CRISTOBAL ports. Cristobal ports, located at the Pacific and Atlantic entrances of the canal, respectively. This acquisition is part of a broader transaction where BlackRock leading a consortium that includes Terminal Investment Limited and Global Infrastructure Partners, will gain control over 43 ports across 23 countries. The strategic importance of this deal is underscored by recent geopolitical dynamics. The president had expressed concerns over Chinese influence in critical infrastructure, particularly the Panama Canal, and had advocated for reducing such influence. The acquisition by a U.S.-led consortium is seen as aligning with these geopolitical interests. However, Panamanian President Jose Raul Molino has refuted claims suggesting a shift in sovereignty or control over the canal itself, emphasizing that the canal remains under Panamanian authority. Financial markets have reacted positively to the news, with CK Hutchins shares rising over 20% following the announcement. BlackRock's stock also experienced a modest uptick after the president acknowledged the deal as a strategic win for U.S. interests. This acquisition represents BlackRock's largest infrastructure investment to date and is anticipated to bolster U.S. influence over this vital global trade route. BlackRock's purchase of port assets along the Panama Canal is a strategic move driven by multiple economic and geopolitical factors. While BlackRock did not buy the canal itself, the acquisition of key port terminals at both ends of the canal gives them significant control over trade routes passing through one of the world's most critical shipping lanes. Reasons for purchase. Geopolitical strategy. The U.S. has long been concerned about Chinese influence over the Panama Canal as C.K. Hutchinson Holdings, a Hong Kong-based company, previously controlled the ports. BlackRock's acquisition, backed by a U.S.-led consortium, reduces Chinese control over key maritime trade infrastructure. Former president, supported the move as a way to counter the Chinese belt and road incentive, BRI. That's what it's called, BRI. Global trade and economic interests. The Panama Canal handles 5% of global trade. It handles 5% of global trade, making it a highly valuable shipping route. With global supply chains, now this is what we're going over. We're going over why they purchased it, the reasons or whatever have you, business reason, whatever. With global supply chain shifts, control over these logistic hubs ensures steady revenue and influence over international shipping costs. So this is what they're countering with, or whomever is countering with the the BRICS and the Mali thing and the Burkina Faso thing and whatever have you, and whatever. Infrastructure investment strategy. BlackRock has been expanding its investment infrastructure, moving beyond traditional asset management. The purchase aligns with its strategy of owning and profiting from long-term infrastructure assets with stable revenue streams. See, this is what we say about investing in the future. Like, you have to be a visionary. That's why I was saying about you got to be around other people that are visionaries, or the people that have ideas usually don't have all the funding, and the people with all the funding usually don't have all the ideas. So they need to get in the room together and they need to have a mastermind. But yeah, this is what I was saying about, long-term positioning, long-term, when they say create streams of income or 7 streams of income, some of them may be something that's way down the road. You know what I'm saying? It's an immediate cost, for right now, as far as maybe time, a little bit of money, or a little bit of whatever trade or whatever have you, of whatever kind. However, down the road, you know what I'm saying? You really, that's gonna really pay you back times 10. You know what I mean? Times 10 or 20. And these are the type of people or beings or family, whatever. They're not gonna make just assets or position certain shit, and it's not gonna benefit long way down the road and have them thriving for decades. You see what I'm saying? All right. Let me see. Security of U.S. trade interests. The U.S. is one of the largest users of the Panama Canal, with a significant percentage of goods moving between Asia, the Americas, and Europe, ensuring smooth operations and avoiding foreign control over these ports protects American trade interests. Financial gains and market expansion. The deal gives BlackRock access. See, that's what I'm saying. This is not really the people. You see what I'm saying? This what I was saying. This land space, this whatever we consider the United States, whatever people say this place is over here. This is what I'm saying about it's certain families that, and then as we see, they keep saying this. You know, Larry Fink, they just keep saying his one name. However, I'm pretty sure, again, like he said, his partners and other entities or whatever have you groups. So they can control a lot of who you see, what you see, what them, they, those, anybody is doing. See, if it's inflation, goddammit, if the stock market crashes, if it go up, if something, because it said earlier, what it say, it influences what? It influences what? BlackRock influences what? Come on, let's do some homework. Let me see if y'all were paying attention. So, y'all do some homework. Who do they influence? What do they influence? It say influences what? It influences what? It was three. I think it was three things. You just sippy sip and come. All right. Financial gains, market expansion. Deal gives BlackRock access to port operations in 23 countries, strengthening its role in global trade logistics. This provides long-term, stable revenue from shipping fees and port management contracts. Now, are they gonna use some of this? Whomever, because I'm pretty, again, it's a trickle down effect of partners. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure this group is attached to this group. This group is affiliated with this group, you know, even if they're not directly affiliated, you see what I'm saying? You know, so yeah. All right. So we say your network circle or your octagon or whatever shape it is. Okay, here we go. This provides long-term stable revenue from shipping fees and port management contracts. What does this mean? BlackRock and its partners now control major entry and exit points of the canal, influencing global trade. The deal reflects growing U.S.-China tensions. I wonder why. With Washington pushing to limit China's role in strategic infrastructure. It solidifies BlackRock's expansion into infrastructure investments, giving it more economic and political leverage. See, I'm gonna do a show about these different people, you know, the whomevers, and you know, when they started, like what age they got their company going, as far as like, you know, what age it got to start profiting and thriving, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then you know, just do some little bit of homework on that. I'm gonna do a presentation on that, because I did a presentation on millionaires, billionaires, or whatever nares. They got their start from their parents, or you know, they got, you know, their resources or their hookup, or they got the whatever start money, seed money, you know what I mean, whatever they want to say, you know what I mean, from their parents, you know what I'm saying? So I was saying, you know, so you got to go check that show out. But yeah, impact of BlackRock's Panama Canal port acquisition on global trade policy. U.S. and Western control over key shipping routes. The Panama Canal is one of the most critical global trade arteries, handling about 5% of the world's trade and a significant portion of U.S. imports and exports. That's why I was saying, when you control the area, you control the imports and the exports. When you control the ports, you control the imports and exports. With BlackRock and U.S.-based entity taking over port operations from a Hong Kong-based company, it shifts. Okay, so BlackRock is U.S.-based, and then okay, they took it from the Hong Kong-based company. Okay, it shifts control from China to the U.S. and its allies. This ensures that trade flows through the canal remain favorable to U.S. and Western economic interests. The cost and supply chain security. Okay, trade costs and supply chain security. BlackRock's investment could lead to higher or more controlled tolls and fees for canal passage. This could affect the cost of goods moving between Asia, Europe, and Americas, impacting industries that rely on just-in-time shipping. U.S. companies and allies may get preferential treatment, while rival economies, especially China, could face increased costs or restrictions. Potential tensions with China and trade disruptions. Before this deal, China had a growing presence in Latin America, controlling or investing in several strategic ports. Losing Panama Canal port control is a significant setback for China, which relies on the canal for exports to Latin America and the U.S. This move could escalate U.S.-China trade tensions, leading China to seek alternative trade routes, such as Nicaragua Canal project, or increase reliance on Russia's Arctic shipping lanes. Impact on U.S. policy and strategy. Okay. Strengthening U.S. economic influence in Latin America. The U.S. has been concerned about China's growing influence in Latin America's infrastructure projects. By backing BlackRock's, so that means some of these partners they were talking about, by backing BlackRock's acquisition, the U.S. is ensured that a key piece of Latin American trade infrastructure remains under Western control. This aligns with Washington's broader effort to counter China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. National security and military considerations. The Panama Canal is not just an economic asset, but now remember, it's the ports, it's some of the ports, it's not the canal itself, but also a strategic military route for U.S. naval operations. The U.S. government has previously raised concerns about China's potential to restrict or monitor U.S. military movements through the canal. With a U.S.-led group in control, the Pentagon may feel more secure about military logistics and access to the canal. Boasting U.S. infrastructure investments, BlackRock's investment is also part of a larger push for private sector infrastructure investments in U.S. policy. See, hear that again. It's what? Investment is also part of a larger push for private sector infrastructure investment in U.S. policy. So once again, who running what, who saying what, who making what decisions? That's why I was saying about the voting thing. And when people say, stop vote, certain people say stop voting, or certain people say, what are you voting for, or it's not in our best interest, or whatever. Okay, I'm just saying, who's really making what decisions on what? Okay, the deal could encourage, you hear this? The deal could encourage more U.S. firms to invest in critical infrastructure, both domestically and internationally. This aligns with recent U.S. policy. This aligns with recent U.S. policies trends favoring public-private. Remember, we did a show about public versus private partnerships in infrastructure development. So that means these different, whomever you want to say names, you feel me? They just different families once again, and they just positioning assets. They're strategically positioning long-term, way down the road assets. They're positioning infrastructure. They're aligning. They're strengthening partnerships, etc., etc., etc. And they're gonna have an influence on what? U.S. policy. So if you got an influence over that in the background, it don't matter if I'm on the scenes or not. That's why people be thinking somebody always got to be on the scenes, you know what I mean? So yeah, what this means for the future. China's response, looking for alternative routes. China may increase investment in alternative shipping routes, such as the Nicaragua Canal project, which has been stalled but could be revived, expanding its control over Latin American ports. So this is what I was saying. These other places or countries or whatever we want to say, they could just say, fuck coming over here with the shit. You see what I'm saying? Any products or whatever. Most people say it got stuff in it. It got stuff that makes you whatever have this diseases or whatever have you. That's another discussion for another show. But the products that don't, or however the products don't, majority of these products, some of these Jordan sneakers and other these sneakers, a lot of these sneakers are made through a lot of these, through Chinese, through China, and their other people that they're aligned with. You see what I'm saying? So it could affect the whole lot, you know what I mean? Because it's already expensive if you want to get your business started or anything started over here as far as your company, your business, your product. It's the wholesale prices, most instances over here is just high. Excuse me, why it's higher. Unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, we gonna see, man. It's just, man, So it's just, we gotta really, know who's handling what, who's making what decisions, and that's why you have spokespeople. You know what I'm saying? That's why when some people say a lot of these people are public because they're just really spokespeople for the people that are unseen, or they're seen but not really known by most still, but they figure differently. Expanding its control over Latin American ports, increasing trade via Arctic parentheses Northern Sea Route in parentheses in partnership with Russia, potential trade disruptions or retaliation if China feels, we're just saying, if China feels its trade routes are being strategically blocked, it could retaliate by raising tariffs on U.S. imports. See, so this is like in relationships, in a simplistic way of explaining it, like a tit for tat type shit. You feel me? This that petty shit. You feel me? So now people gonna be like, well, why is shit so high? Why is gas so high? Why is bread so high? Why is eggs so high? Why is Y so high? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's all of these petty ass games that's being played. Oh man. Talk about a trickle down effect. All right. It says raising tariffs on U.S. imports, shipping supply chains away from U.S. influence ports, encouraging Latin American countries to reject further U.S. economic development. Higher shipping, here we go, higher shipping costs and inflation concerns. Here we are. If BlackRock increases port fees or restricts access, this could lead to, see, this is that trickle down effect shit I be saying, you know what I mean, where the what they would call the simple consumer, you gonna feel it. With the simple consumers, you gonna feel it, or simple entrepreneurs, or you know, if you're not anywhere at their levels, you feel what I'm saying, of power and shit like that, you gonna feel it. You feel me? So it's about just being smarter, man. Like businesses are gonna feel it. If you got jobs, they're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when you going out to eat and you doing this and that, you just gonna see. You already seen it. You're already seeing it in most places. You're already feeling it right now in most places. Here we go. If BlackRock increases port fees or restricts access, and see, this is the stuff that is not probably reported or goes on behind the scenes that most, aren't gonna be discussing or talking about, whatever. This could lead to higher shipping costs for global trade, increased inflation on customer goods, increased inflation on customer goods, especially those imported from Asia. All right. So whatever variety, so I probably have to do a show on that. You know what I mean? So you gotta do a little homework. What all imports get imported from Asia. You hear me? Supply chain adjustments that could impact major retailers' supply chain. That means, again, the places people have jobs at, places people have their second gigs, the places people depend on incomes, the places people that, you go out for social events or gatherings or just to chill or hang out at the bar, that to go out to eat or whatever, whatever have you. You see what I'm saying? Supply chain adjustments, or a lot of places like you're going to be seeing are going to be closing down. You know what I mean? So this is why you really need to be able to adjust and adapt when it comes to, and know what's going on all levels of business and how it's going to affect your shipping costs, your import export costs, or whatever you're doing. If you're doing products somewhere, whatever. If you're an expat and you somewhere else and you want to ship stuff over here, it's going to affect, it's going to affect all that. So I'm almost certain it's going to affect travel, flights, all that. You know what I mean? It's going to affect everything. All right. Conclusion. A high stakes move. BlackRock's acquisition reshapes global trade power dynamics, strengthening U.S. influence. Wow, it is strengthening the influence, but is it strengthening? Okay, while reducing China's control. So that's what I'm saying. Is it really strengthening the people though? The deal is economically profitable for BlackRock. Let's say it again. The deal is economically profitable for BlackRock. But, yeah, I hate that word, but, however, also serves U.S. strategic interests in trade and national security. In trade and national security. So that's why I say who's making decisions on what. However, it could deepen U.S.-China tensions, potentially triggering new geopolitical and trade conflicts. All right. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe whenever you see this. All right. We wrapping up. BlackRock's acquisition of port terminals at Panama Canal will have far-reaching consequences for global industries, financial markets, and businesses. Below is a breakdown of the key impacts. Impact on businesses and industries. Impact on businesses and industries. This is why you got to create your own industries. But we'll get into that's a whole nother lie. Streams, shipping and logistics companies. Winners. U.S. and Western shipping companies may receive preferential access or stable pricing at the ports. Companies like Maersk, MAERSK, MSC, and U.S.-based port operations could benefit from import access and logistics efficiency. Losers: Chinese shipping firms. Costco, not like Costco, like the wholesale spot, is COSCO. Costco, like that. China Merchants Group. China Merchants Group may face higher fees or tighter restrictions when using the ports. Latin American shipping firms relying on low-cost Chinese trade could also see rising costs. Retail and e-commerce, Amazon, Target, Walmart, etc. All right. If you have an online site, like, you know what I mean, if you like, damn, they all of a sudden start doing fees or shit is going up or this is what's going on. Potential pricing. Here we go. Potential price increases. If shipping fees rise, which you ain't no if, you know what I mean? Whenever it happens, you know what I mean? And it's already going on, I'm pretty sure. Companies relying on imports from China and Asia will see higher costs, leading to what? Increased customer prices. What? It's going to lead to what? This is what we said. The common customer. This is what I was saying before I even looked at it. Before we got down to this part. This is what we say, the trickle down effect. And this is why, if you know, the group economics, or, you know, building together, or smart collaboration, or, you know, collaborative investing, or, you know, group pots or susus, these things are gonna be, you're gonna need them more than ever. You know, rental companies, when people that pay rent wherever we pay rent at, people, them, they, those, whoever pay rent. You see what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff is gonna go, and stuff is going up. It's already going, it's been going up. It's just not gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? For the average consumer, is all I'm saying. So, whether in whatever lane or wherever you are in consumption of goods, or whether the entrepreneur, or you self-employed, or you whatever have you, unless you just have like certain natural, unless you have like somewhere where you have like some land, and you have like a natural resource you done tapped into, or you have like some type of way of getting on DIY and making some shit, or creating your this or that, man, stuff is gonna go up. It doesn't matter what it is. All right. So you're gonna see a lot of this. Why I was saying a lot of people that do brick and mortar businesses, a lot of these shopping centers gonna they gonna have to go up on the rent. So that's why I was like, getting the mobile is the way to go. But we're gonna do a whole presentation on mobile business and the economics and the profitability, blah 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 on it. So yeah, retail and e-commerce, Amazon, Walmart, Target, etc. Potential price increases if shipping fees, or when shipping fees rise. Companies relying on imports from China and Asia will see higher costs, leading to increased customer prices for electronics, clothing, and household goods. All right. If it is a black or melanin or copper tone or indigenous business, yeah, they may have to go up a little bit on the prices, because what? Again, unless they produce their own whatever it is that they make or sell or whatever, unless they produce it naturally themselves, like they have a warehouse or a factory or whatever, like they have a production chain, you feel me? Everything go. It's gotta go. So damn, why black people charge a little? That's we gotta charge it, or self-employed people, or people with the boutiques or the salons or the da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Why do they gotta charge? Da 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 da. It's not overcharging. We just don't understand economic things that's going on in the economic stuff, and the trickle down effects of all of this, what they call political stuff that's going on, and people are being barraged with. You see what I'm saying? So, all right. So it says increase customer prices for electronics, clothing, and household goods. A potential shift in supply chains away from Asia to Mexico, Latin America, or the U.S. itself. Stock market impact. Stock market. So all of the stock market people, you see what I'm saying? The people that do all of the wherever you get your stock market expertise from, so to speak. Major retailers like, here we go, major retailers like Amazon. So if you work for them, if we already know they moving to AI and self-driving trucks and all of that, so you just gotta please just factor all this stuff in, so you're not crying about, oh man, they just something. They're gonna, I'm telling you now, these big companies, when I say these, them, they, those big companies are all about what? High efficiency. They're about high efficiency. So, excuse me, why? So if they have to replace whomever with a robot, a self-checkout, which whatever have you, they're about efficiency. Okay. Major retailers like Amazon, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy, there you go, and could see lower profits. So what is that gonna mean? So what? If they gonna see lower profits due to increased logistic costs. So if they see lower profits, shit gonna have to go up. Or motherfuckers gonna be closing down. Something, you know what I mean? Well, something gonna have to give. Okay, energy sector, oil and LNG exports. The Panama Canal is a critical route for U.S. liquefied natural gas, LNG, parentheses, and oil exports, leading to Asia and Latin America. All right, hold on, y'all. Let's take a quick commercial break. All right. So we're gonna need group economics more than ever, man. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Melanin, indigenous, black, copper tone, whatever you consider yourself to be, man, it's gonna be a lot of ramifications. It's gonna be a lot of trickle down ramifications, man. You know, all of y'all that be talking about going on dates and all this other shit. Hey, it's starting to get high. It ain't no starting. It's already high. And it's gonna get higher. So, hey, man. All right. Winners, U.S. energy companies. You notice they haven't said. Anyway. U.S. energy companies, Exxon Mobil, Chevron, Shinry Energy, CHENIERE, could secure better access to the canal for exports. If China faces higher tolls, it may turn to U.S. energy exports instead of Russian oil. Losers, China and Russian energy suppliers could see higher transportation costs, leading them to explore alternative routes. I'm going to do a show on that. Manufacturing and supply chains, higher costs for imported raw materials. Parentheses, metals, electronics, textiles could affect automotive, aerospace, and tech industries. All right. So when they say metals, you know, if you do copper jewelry or whatever have you, a lot of shit just gonna go up, man. So people, yes, man. If you don't, I don't know what else to say. Unless you know business, man, or you just a cheapskate, you gotta know that if the prices go up for supplies for somebody to make their products, then I gotta charge it. They have to charge a little more. I mean, that's just common as, that's basic sense. It don't even matter if you just know business or not. That's just basic of basic type shit. All right, here we go. If trade costs rise, companies may move production from Asia to Mexico, Latin America, or the U.S. So we'll see. Impact on trade markets. Impact on stock markets. Stocks. So this is what we say about strategic portfolio, a strategic stock portfolio. Knowing who to invest in, knowing what companies are gonna rise, and what, you know, as far as their stock, you know what I mean? If you just, you know, do that, you know, if you're into that, or that's one of your streams of potential income. Okay. Stocks that may rise. Winners, U.S. port and shipping companies. If Get a little sippy sip on. If BlackRock prioritizes, if BlackRock prioritizes U.S. interests, companies like Crowley Maritime, you gotta look at the Crowley, that name in general, you know what I mean? Go just look up the people attached to that name. Crowley, is it Crowley? Crowley, Crowley Maritime, Norfolk Southern, CSX Corporation, and AP Moeller Maseric could benefit. Infrastructure and logistics. Companies involved in port development, shipping tech, and infrastructure investments may see gains. Stocks that may fall. Losers. China-dependent imports. Retail giants like Walmart, Target, and Amazon could experience profit declines due to rising logistic costs. Hold on. All right, so if you work for them, if you shop on Amazon a lot, if you have your e-commerce store, you see what I'm saying? It's gonna, we're gonna see how it affects it, or it's already started. Global shipping companies. If BlackRock increases Canal fees, stocks on. So if you got stock in these, stocks of international shippers, Costco, COSCO, Evergreen Marine, Yang Ming could take a hit. U.S. dollar and inflation effects. If BlackRock rises transit fees, this could increase U.S. import costs, leading to higher inflation. Leading to higher inflation. We already talked about this goddamn dumbass dollar that's not backed by nothing. We already went through this. This is why I said make sure we, are going to make sure we are checking out the U.S. debt. The national debt shows. I did part 1. I think I did part 1 and 2. You see what I'm saying? And we got to make sure, man, because that's why I say if it's not backed by something, it's just shit is just going to keep going up, and it's just going to keep affecting the simple consumer or the whatever have you. You see what I'm saying? Consumers of all levels or whatever, advanced consumers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So is this time and space to be smart about your financial moves. If you getting these taxes back, I know it's tax season. You need to be, before you get them tax, stop worrying about getting, I ain't gonna say stop worrying about, but put some energy into researching on some investments, some stocks, something that's gonna make you more money and double and triple that goddamn tax money back. Do not just focus your tax money on just paying no goddamn bills. Because most of these bills are attached to these companies that's attached to these people that I be telling you. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all that. You know what I mean? So make sure, please, if you getting that tax, or whatever sum it is, large sum, lump sum, moderate amount, make sure you have some investment plans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, you tighten up. Don't just be paying bills, because it's just gonna get worse. Shit just gonna get higher. So you create streams of income with your tax check. Create other streams of income with your tax check. Whoever this applies to, and this applies to hundreds of thousands of beings. So please, all right? Okay. It says if BlackRock, see what I'm saying? They will say this one entity or this one family or this one group or whatever we want to call it, they control so much shit. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Most beings are just stuck into this barrage. That's why you call it propaganda and like programming and da da da. Because it's this barrage of stuff. I understand. They gotta tell you, they gotta have a stage play, so to speak. But man, I mean, it's just so much going on behind the scenes, man. But yeah, okay. The U.S. Federal Reserve may have to adjust policies if trade disruptions affect inflation levels. U.S. businesses that could benefit. With the potential rise in shipping costs from China, businesses may shift production closer to home, benefiting Mexicans, and Latin American manufacturers, auto, textiles, tech. U.S. domestic manufacturing as companies seek more stable supply chains. Final thoughts. We're gonna wrap it on up, and I got maybe a couple more shows today, y'all. So make sure you slide through. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you support. We're gonna have some shows flying through here, baby. So I'll hopefully have some interviews coming up soon. Potential interviews, and yeah. All right. A double-edged sword or triple-edged sword, whatever, for businesses. This is a triple-edged sword for businesses. U.S. companies and industries closely aligned with BlackRock's stand to gain, but those relying on cheap Asian imports may suffer. Global markets could experience volatility, especially if China retaliates with trade barriers or alternative routes. The Panama Canal's strategic value just increased, or the ports, but yeah, they have to still go through the canal, but the ports, making it a potential battleground in the U.S.-China eco-economic rivalry. All right, y'all. This Cosmic Mind UV. This is show on. This was a show on the recent, events. We got more shows coming up on, some little entertainment type of little stuff, some controversial topics, and then of course, these political things. We got a little this, a little that coming up. So make sure you lock in, make sure you link in, make sure you turn on the notifications so you can see that I'm live streaming. I'm gonna be doing most of my things over here. So seeking moderators, seeking collaboration, seeking all of that great stuff. So contact and link up with me. Cosmic Mind UV.